Alright, what up everybody? It's your boy Akeem from Pro Football Exclusive, here to give you another scout report on a player headed towards the 2014 NFL Draft. For today's blog, I'm here to talk about Ebron, the tight end coming out of North Carolina. Now I think this kid has a lot of upside and I think he could become a good first rounder of this year's draft. Now let's talk a little bit about him. He's actually hailing from Greensboro, North Carolina. It was an all-star in high school, actually made the North Carolina Shrine Bowl game, pretty much the all-star game as a senior. 28 receptions for 628 yards and 10 touchdowns at the tight end position, and he ended up going to UNC as his school of choice. Now, in his first year as a true freshman, he had only 10 receptions for 207 yards and a touchdown. Now, his breakout season was back in 2012, where he had well over 600 yards, 625 yards to be exact, on 40 catches, and he was actually one of my watch list players for 2013, and he actually led this the team with 973 yards receiving, with 62 receptions and just 3 touchdowns. Doesn't get a lot of touchdowns, but he can give you some good valuable yardage, and he's a good reliable tight end. Now let's talk about his strengths and weaknesses. Now, he's a versatile athlete. He has a lot of experience in different positions. He actually was a tight end, and in which he is lined up at the line of scrimmage, but he can also come out as a slot, and he even has some experience in playing in special teams. He did cover some special teams coverage in special teams, which is a good plus for him. So if things don't work out at the tight end position, you can definitely use him in special teams, which is a plus for him, and that's what part of the reason why he should be a first round selection. Other strengths for him: he's a smooth gliding athlete. Easy acceleration. He definitely gets some separation amongst him and the opponents that he has to deal with, and he has good speed to get past the defenders. He runs a 4.6 40, which is pretty good at the tight end position, especially at 242 pounds. And he also possesses some good strength, 24 reps at 225 pounds bench press. Now he's a little bit of a struggle at blocking. He could be powerful when he wants to and become a good blocker only when he wants to. He needs to work on his blocking technique, and I'm just going to give you a couple more weaknesses about him. Now, blocking wise, he's not really too reliable because he's very inconsistent. He has some good blocking techniques. He blocks well sometimes, but in the majority of the cases, he kind of gets off, and he just needs to work on that, especially for a man his size and at his strength. He should be a lot better at that. Now, sometimes he needs to be also a little bit more aggressive as far as catching the football. He needs to attack the football a little bit more. He kind of waits on it a little bit too much, but he has still good, reliable hands, but sometimes he does drop the ball every once in a while, but I still think he's a great athlete overall. Another strength about him, going back to his strength, he has a very quick release off the line of scrimmage with route fluidity, good route running ability. Might need to and still make a little bit more improvement, still room for improvement, and there's nothing wrong with that, but he's still a great route runner overall. Great receiving tight end, and he reminds me a lot of Vernon Davis from San Francisco. Good versatile tight end who can even be used as a slot receiver. And like I said, special teams, you can still use them as special teams, still be able to make a 53-man roster. That is a plus for him. Now, I think he should be a good first rounder. I think at the earliest he will be at pick number 9 to the Buffalo Bills. They desperately need a tight end, and also some teams that could look at him still. Even though the Baltimore Ravens did sign Dennis Pitta, they still have their eyes on Eric Ebron as well, to use him as in more double tight situations. The Baltimore Ravens can definitely use him at that. And at number 12, the New York Giants, Eli Manning can use a well-rounded tight end, and Ebron can be that guy. But at the earliest, I think the Buffalo Bills, he would definitely not go earlier than pick number 9 of this year's draft. So I had him at least from pick number 9 and around to the mid selections of the first round of this year's draft. I think he's a good, well-rounded catch and receiving tight end. Still needs to work on blocking ability, but he can also give you some help in special teams. So that's why I have him as, at the latest, he should be a mid-round selection of the first round of this year's draft. Now, the next time I'm going to catch you guys is tomorrow. I'm going to continue with more scout reports. I'm going to give you another scout report on the defensive side for another player headed towards the 2014 NFL Draft. Thank you for watching today's blog from Pro Football Exclusive. I'm your man, Akeem McCall. Be easy.